Hey there, we are going to talk about how to create your social media game plan. So the fact is, you're not promoting your content enough. Now you really do want to post about it more than you think you should, because the vast majority of your followers don't see what you post. There's different time zones. And so if you are posting something on Twitter and you are in Eastern time and you're posting it in the morning, the people that are on the West Coast, they're still sleeping. And then if you're on the West Coast and you're posting it when you go to bed, people on the East Coast are already sleeping. And then there's just the algorithms. On Facebook, a very small percentage of people see what you're posting on your business page unless you're paying for that to be promoted and you're paying for Facebook ads or you're boosting your posts and different things. And that's just the thing across the board. So you can have tons of followers, but that doesn't mean they're all going to see what you're posting. They're not all going to see every single post you make. And so you really do want to post more than you think you should. So you want to promote your blog post 10 times in the first week. Now, I do have blog posts written there, but if you don't write blog posts, if you create videos or if you create a podcast and that's the form of content that you're putting out, just substitute that for blog post. Blog post is just a filler for whatever type of content that you're creating. And so, like I said, that may sound like a lot, but it's really not, because very few of your followers are going to be seeing every post, unless someone really, really likes you and they're stalking your feed and they're looking for everything you post. They're not seeing it. So, and don't worry, that's 10 times total on all the social media sites combined. I'm not saying you have to post it on your Facebook page 10 times, you have to post it here 10 times. It's 10 times combined. So here's an example. You could post it one time on your Facebook page, and I'm talking about your business page. You don't want to be using your personal profile to be promoting your business stuff because that does go against Facebook's policies. So I'm talking about your Facebook page. You can post it one time on there. If you have a Facebook group, you can post about it one time in your Facebook group. If you have Pinterest, you could post it or pin it on two of your boards, and so that counts as 2 times on Pinterest because it's on 2 different boards. If you have Instagram, you could share it on Instagram 2 times, so that could be one time, with a regular Instagram post and one time a story, or it could be 2 times in a story or 2 times in a post, just however you want to do it. You could tweet about it 3 times in a week, and so if you're tweeting about it once in the morning and then another time in the afternoon and another time in the evening, there's 3 different types of followers that are going to see it depending on when they are on Twitter and what time zone they're in and so forth. And then if you belong to a Facebook group that allows people to, post links to their websites or whatever, you could post about it in a Facebook group that you're a member of. Okay, so we already did your Facebook group, but now we're talking about a Facebook group that you're a member of. Now, if one of these things is not your favorite thing, you can, skip that part. For example, if you don't have a Facebook group and you're not a member of a Facebook group, then those 2 times you're going to find other places to put those. So if you have Pinterest and you really like Pinterest, you can actually have a couple of different pins made. And so if you're going to post it on or pin it on 2 different boards, you can use different images, and so you're pinning it twice on a board, and so 2 different images on 2 boards, that's 4 times. And so that would make up for those 2 other things that you don't want to do. Or if you really like Instagram and you have a lot of success with that, then you can post about it more on Instagram. So instead of doing 2 times on Instagram, post about it 4 times on Instagram that week. You want to use different images. Again, it could be an IG live, it could be an Instagram story, it could be Instagram post. So if Instagram is your jam, then you're going to do that. So it's however you want to make that schedule happen. You just want to be promoting it 10 times across the different social media channels that you're on. And I didn't even put LinkedIn on here. So if you really like LinkedIn and that works for you, then you are going to add LinkedIn to the group and you're going to take away one of these other things. Whatever. It's totally up to you. So how do you know where to post? Well, the truth is, no one can tell you this. And if you ever find someone out there who is selling you some social media magic and they claim to have the secret formula, run, don't buy it, because they don't have the secret formula. The answer depends on your target market and where they hang out, okay? So everyone is selling different things here. Your business is different from this other person's business and that other person's business. So you have to know your business and your customers, and you have to figure out where they're hanging out and where they want to interact with you. And so you have to experiment and you have to watch your stats. And I'm talking about your statistics, which you can see from Google Analytics. If you don't have that, you can get that for free. And it'll tell you where your traffic's coming from. And so you want to look at that and, give yourself, time to experiment. Just because you're on Twitter today, if you don't have success today, you don't give up and never go back to Twitter. So you want to give yourself, 30, 60, 90 days and keep an eye on your stats and see what's happening. So where is your traffic coming from? And then is the traffic converting? Okay? Because, for example, you could have a post that goes viral and, it's all over. People are sharing it. They're posting it on Facebook, getting thousands of shares. Maybe one of the morning news programs talks about it and they're sending you traffic. And you have all of these, people reading a post or watching a video or whatever. But if they're not signing up for your newsletter and, they don't become customers, they're not converting. That's just traffic. And so you want to look. Now, you can be getting a lot of traffic from, from Pinterest, but if people aren't signing up for your newsletter, like I said, they're not, getting the freebies, then is it worth it to be spending a bunch of time? Now, if you are making money on your blog from ads and all you need is traffic, then that's, one way of monetizing, and that could be all you need. But for most of us, you want to have people signing up for your newsletter and eventually becoming a customer. And so you want to look and you want to see. And some of the ways that you can do that is you can have different links that you just promote on different places. So you could have, let's say the same opt-in, for example, and you could, everything could be the same. You just duplicate that page a few times, and one of those links you just promote on Facebook, and one of those links you just promote on Twitter, and one of those things you just promote on Pinterest. And you can see where that traffic is coming from. And if you, depending on what, email service or whatever, you can use the Facebook pixels and the Pinterest pixels, and you can do all of that, and you can see if they are going to the next page. So when you set up your opt-ins, for example, you can tell your email service provider where you want them to go after they sign up. And so you create a thank you page, and they're redirected to that page after they sign up. And so you can see if people are going, how many people are on your landing page, and then how many people are on that redirect thank you page. And if you're getting, let's say, 100 people on your opt-in page, but you're only getting 20 people on that redirect page, then that means that's converting at 20%. Okay, so if that's what Facebook's if that's happening with Facebook, and then Pinterest, for example, you have 100 people land on the opt-in page, and you're getting 60 people on the thank you page, that means that offer is converting at 60%. And so you're getting 60% conversion from Pinterest versus 20% from Facebook. Pinterest is the winner. You want to be spending more time on Pinterest. So you have to keep looking at your stats, and you have to know, all of your conversions to figure out where you want to be spending your time with posting. And you also want to keep promoting after the first week. So we talked about promoting it 10 times in that first week, but you don't want to stop. You want to keep it going. Now, if you use a tool like MeetEdgar, it will automatically create a library of your past updates, and it will post them randomly. And you can set up the times. So you can say post Mondays at 1 p.m. and Fridays at 4 p.m. or whatever. And it will just take all of your posts and recycle them and keep them coming. Now, if you don't want to pay for that, because it's around $49 a month, I believe, if you don't want to pay for that, you can take that concept and you can, do a DIY version with a spreadsheet. And so you would write out your social media posts that you have created, you put them in a spreadsheet, and then when you use a free tool like Hootsuite or Buffer, you can put in so many posts ahead of time and have them schedule them to post later. So you would get out your spreadsheet and you would say, oh, I need to promote this post and this post and this post, and you put in your updates and you schedule them to go out, once a week or the next month or however far in advance you want them to go out. And so you can kind of do that, DIY version that MeetEdgar does and save some money. But remember, you are putting time into it, so there's always a cost, whether it's time or money. So you can decide which one is a better use of your time, and just keep promoting that. And so depending on how many posts you have, you're going to have to figure out the calculation for that. If you have someone that has hundreds of posts, they can't promote every single one of them every week. So you're going to have to maybe figure out your own little schedule. But someone that only has 10 posts and they're starting out, they're going to go through that pretty fast, and they're going to be promoting those every other week or whatever until they are writing more posts and get more of a selection of posts that they can keep promoting. But either situation, you just want to keep promoting your posts after you write them that first week, because you worked hard on that content and you want to keep it out there. There's always going to be fresh eyes. There's always going to be people that are introduced to your site for the first time, and you may have written something 6 months ago or a year ago that can still help them out today. So that's why you want to keep promoting. And eventually you will find just the rhythm that works for you, and then you just keep doing that.